want to know what Low City is, you've got to understand how the gargantuan cities of Gamedec were built. And it all goes back to the late 70s of the 21st century, when nature turns against humanity. It all began with mosquitoes. They began to carry the viral encephalitis viruses, which were lethal to humans. So a simple walk into the forest became very, very dangerous. So people stopped walking into the forest, and people were afraid of staying outdoors. And soon enough, villagers started moving to little towns, and it occurred that in little towns it is not very safe as well, so they all moved into very big cities. And so big cities like Warsaw, like Wrocław, like Poznań, like Katowice became overpopulated. So it was the time of anger, of despair, of cry. People were really scared of what's going on. And then a very dramatic decision was made that gigantic towers will be built in those cities, and entire blocks, entire districts of buildings were supposed to be demolished to build those towers. So imagine the despair of the citizens of those cities. Their homes were destroyed. And at the same time, a new technology was introduced by a company, Mobilenium. It was an anti-gravity technology. So the engineers of the towers understood that the towers can be built much higher than they previously expected, and that the net of the pavements that was supposed to connect them can be denser because they will be supported by the anti-G technology. So the towers grew up and up and up and up, and the net of the pavements was denser and denser, layer after layer. And when Warsaw City was finished, it occurred that the sunshine doesn't reach the lowest part of the city because it's too dark there. The density of the pavements is too big. So there was a new technology introduced, artificial suns and sky screens, so that the people down there would have the sensation that they can see the sun and that they can see the sky. But years after years, the funds were cut and darkness flooded the Low City. And now we have the end of the 22nd century in our game, and in Low City it is dark, and sometimes it rains. Although in the higher parts of the city it doesn't rain. It's just a strange weather anomaly of Low City. You see, up there is sky and the sun, and down there it is dark and it